Alright, what's going on, guys? Um, it has been a pretty interesting past couple of weeks for us, and it's just been a lot of things happening, and you would think that since we're all staying at home with this whole COVID-19 issue going around and this tough quarantine, you would think that we would be able to get content up faster and record more shows easily and more efficiently. Well, that's the complete opposite, believe it or not. Even there have been some issues the past couple of weeks, and things are slowly just going downhill, but it's not really nothing major. But yeah, I'm here to provide a bit of an update for you guys for the millionth time. I know it sucks, but it's gotta be done. And things are just not going the way that we wanted to, and we're trying to fix these problems, but like no guarantees whatsoever. But of course, WrestleMania was supposed to be a couple weeks ago, like around the first weekend of April, something like that. But that didn't happen because issues. Once again, trying to get content up. It's not really a good time for us right now. Once again, it's just this is kind of like an on again, off again thing. Oh, I'm with this league, and I don't know. It's weird, but here's the big thing right now. Um, it seems that I'm like losing my drive. I'm losing my focus to record and get matches done, make shows. I'm like slowly losing that kind of passion to do that. And I know that some guys on the roster are also kind of like doing that too. And it's like it's hard to get shows up now. People are just, I don't know. It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? So it happens though. It happens. People, they go through stuff. You know, and right now we're just not really in the best shape right now, and it happens. All right, so I'm not really gonna blame anybody but myself. That's fine. I'll take the blame. It's all right. Perfectly fine with me. But I'm here to provide the update that you guys deserve. And the big thing I would like to address right now is that WrestleMania 5 will happen. It will definitely happen. We are looking at a potential date of Saturday, May 2nd. That is what I want to shoot for. WrestleMania 5. If not, then the weekend after on May 9th. So our target date WrestleMania 2, not WrestleMania 2, WrestleMania 5, excuse me. WrestleMania 5 potentially on May 2nd. That is our target date for WrestleMania this year. It's like way late, but hey, it's better than not having it at all. So we're definitely gonna do WrestleMania, but here is the downside of things. WrestleMania 5 could potentially be our last show ever on VGW because after WrestleMania gets uploaded, we are taking a pretty long break afterwards. But that's not the worst part because in this break, there's a chance, it's a 50-50 chance that we might not come back from the break. And that's the big game changer, I guess. And if it is the end, if we do not come back from our break, I just want to say that thanks you guys for being here. Whether you've been here since the start, from 2017, or if you just found us out right now, or you've been here since throughout the years, wherever you, whenever you started watching, thank you for your support. It means a lot. Making these fun matches, doing some just like having something to do in our spare time, making fun content for you guys wrestling fans out there that want to see great matches on the 2K series, and it's fun. It really is, and I wish I had more of a drive to record, but right now it's not really in the best place. But hey, it's life, all right. It's life. It's not gonna be easy, but yeah. So if this is the end at WrestleMania 5, we just want to say that just thank you so much for being there, for all the support, all the love you guys have been showing us ever since the start, and we plan on making WrestleMania 5 our biggest show of all time. Now, speaking of WrestleMania, that's the next part. We want to give you guys the update, the scoop on what's happening with WrestleMania because there's only two confirmed matches for WrestleMania, which are Kofi Kingston versus Ricochet for the VGW Championship and Asuka versus Shayna Baszler for the Women's Championship. I am going to reveal the full WrestleMania card for you guys, because we are not doing any more shows until WrestleMania. I know it's happening once again, but it's our best choice to go with. It's the best thing to do. And we're going to do things as fast as possible. So I'm going to give you guys the rundown of the WrestleMania card, so everyone is up to date on everything that's happened so far since Elimination Chamber. That has just happened a couple of weeks ago, last month in March. So we do have Ricochet versus Kofi, Oscar versus Baszler. Check this out. One of the other big matches happening at WrestleMania just got confirmed. AJ Styles will defend his Universal Championship against Samoa Joe. Now here's the big thing. Samoa Joe also is Intercontinental Champion. This is where it gets interesting. Both men will put their championship titles on the line, title for title. This could potentially be the biggest match in our whole history of VGW. Both men have a rich history, putting on classic after classic. You remember their feud back in 2018. AJ tried to capture the IC belt from Joe at SummerSlam. Did not go his way. Tried to go take out Joe once again a couple of months later in the build-up to Survivor Series. Once again, AJ could not get a win over Samoa Joe. And now that leaves you gotta wondering now, like, is AJ ready for Joe this time? Samoa Joe was the one that came down to the ring and confronted AJ during his promo on episode 62. Came out during his promo, said that he hasn't beaten him, and that he should be the one next in line for a Universal Championship shot. At the same time, AJ said he won the Intercontinental Championship. Both men agreed to put their belts on the line. And now we got this big match happening, and now it's one of the most anticipated matches in our league's history, and it's insane. We can now wait to see what goes down between those two. No doubt AJ and Joe will pull on a classic like they always do. Joe Styles 3 is happening at WrestleMania 5. It is going to be absolutely incredible. And moving on from that, another huge match we didn't thought was ever going to happen in VGW. The Radar Superstar Edge making his in-ring main roster debut at WrestleMania against The Undertaker. Of course, you did know the dead man was supposed to make his presence felt, on episode 62, cutting a promo about WrestleMania. Instead, Edge came out to the ring and, almost when AJ, not an AJ, what am I saying? When Undertaker was about to cut his promo about WrestleMania, he didn't even say a word because the Radar Superstar Edge came down to the ring and he was the one to say a few words to Taker himself, saying that he wanted to make the biggest debut possible on the main roster, and that is making his name by beating the Dead Man at WrestleMania. And of course, that match got signed, and now it's happening. It is going to be insane. Just like I said about the last match with AJ and Joe, this card is going to be stacked, and you're seeing but Edge and Taker. It's a big match. It's a big one, for Edge. Of course, making his debut, he wants to make the best debut possible, and he's going to do it at the expense of the Dead Man. We're going to see how that plays out between those two legends. It's going to be sick. And moving on from that, we have another big, unique match coming up. Cedric Alexander versus Seth Rollins. Here's the scoop on this. Both men taking losses at the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins coming oh so close to beating the Fiend Bray Wyatt, but couldn't capture the VGW Championship. Next thing you know, on the other side of things, Cedric Alexander tried to retain his Universal Championship against AJ Styles. He couldn't complete the task. AJ won back the championship, and now both men stand at the bottom of the mountain. And now AJ, not AJ. I keep saying AJ. Oh my god. But Cedric just took the loss inside the final two against Kofi Kingston in the Chamber match last month, and now you gotta wonder, where does Cedric go from here? Seth Rollins is pretty much where he goes next, and we're gonna see what goes down. Rollins came out to the ring the week after, I think, saying that he should be the one on top and not Cedric, and saying that, just because they took losses at the second biggest event of the year doesn't mean that he that he should be forgotten, all that stuff. He wants to be remembered, and he wants to take out the former Universal Champion. That's what he wants to do. So that's what's going down. Alexander Rollins 1-on-1 at WrestleMania 5. It should be a great match. Two men trying to prove themselves worthy once again of being at the top of the mountain in the main event scene. Both men, it's a must win for both men. It's going to be great to see what goes down in that match. Moving on, another big match. Like I said, this match card is stacked. You do not want to miss this show at all, especially when you got this match coming up. Bray Wyatt, or the Fiend Bray Wyatt, I should say, going 1-on-1 with the big return of Kevin Owens. And not just any match. This match will be contested inside Hell in a Cell. But wait, there is more to this. Kevin Owens' career is on the line. Now, let me break it down for those that look confused. Kevin Owens made his return. Big return to a thunderous ovation, getting praise from the whole VGW universe, and where he sounded like he said that there wasn't much for him to do left. He's pretty much done a lot. He's done almost everything there has to accomplish here. And he doesn't know what to do next. He's lost. He has no sense of direction. He thinks he should just hang up the boots and just take his ball and go home. But he's not going to do that. He wants another chance. He wants to be at the top once again. He wants to be the reigning master or whatever. He wants to be the guy that he used to be back in the day. He wants to be the former world champion that he used to be. And he wants to put himself to the test. He calls out the Fiend Bray Wyatt for a match at WrestleMania inside Hell in a Cell. That alone is crazy. Owens then brings up personal things like his family, how he needs the support for them, all that stuff. Next thing you know, he puts his career on the line to make even more, just to raise the stakes even higher, trying to put it all on the line. Owens says that if he doesn't win this match, he has no career. Well, obviously, because, you get what I'm trying to say here, but Owens needs to prove himself to everybody, and the Fiend, and everyone in the back, all the producers that we have, management, all that stuff, saying that he still belongs here at the top of the mountain, and he's trying to prove that to everybody that he knows that he still belongs here in VGW. It is going to be insane what happens in that match. Of course, you guys know Hell in a Cell, the most demonic structure ever created in pro wrestling. It is going to be absolutely wild what goes down, especially against someone like the Fiend who barely feels pain. And, I don't know how Owens is going to win this match. I don't even know how Owens is going to prepare for someone like the Fiend. This ain't your normal Bray Wyatt. This is the Fiend Bray Wyatt. Someone who can take thousands, tons of pain, and just can throw it all away and just get the win easily. You know what I'm saying? You saw him in Seth Rollins at Royal Rumble. That was a prime example of the Fiend right there. And the Fiend's second match, can Kevin Owens keep his career intact, but also give the Fiend his first loss on the grandest stage of them all? It is deeply personal between these two men, and it is a must-see. It is a must-watch match between those two men. It happens at WrestleMania, May 2nd or May 9th. Hopefully May 2nd. We'll see. So there's that. Moving on, we got another big women's match coming up. Dakota Kai, Candice LeRae, number 3. The third match in the series. Of course, this rivalry dates back to last year's Road to WrestleMania, where they fought for the first time. Dakota Kai getting a big win over Candice LeRae. She was not happy about that whatsoever. She turned her back on Dakota Kai. Then led to a match at Backlash, which was a nominee for Match of the Year last year, which is pretty insane. And Candice LeRae was able to get the win in that match. And then the rivalry kind of got put aside to a little bit. Candice LeRae would go on to win the Women's Money in the Bank contract, unsuccessfully cashing in against the new champion Asuka back at Elimination Chamber, and decided to just, I don't know why, but she decides to put that on Dakota Kai, wants to blame her failure on Dakota Kai. and I guess she has her reasons, but it happened, and now it leads to the big ending of this big feud between these two ladies. Two women who've been trying to go after that women's championship for over a year now, and now it finally comes down to a head. It finally comes down to a close. It's the big match that ends everything once and for all. Who's gonna get this big win? I feel like it's a big must win for Dakota Kai. She's been struggling a lot to find some success here in VGW in the women's division. I feel like she needs this win, but also Candice LeRae as well. She needs this win too, trying to regain that momentum that she lost back at Chamber, and she needs to find that momentum again to kind of get back in the groove, trying to get back in the ranks in the women's division, trying to make her career worth something. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Candice LeRae and Dakota Kai one-on-one for the last time going down at WrestleMania. Next up, United States Championship match. Pete Dunne defending his coveted championship against the original bro, Matt Riddle. This is one of the matches that I'm looking forward to the most. Two men who are very, very talented in the squared circle, looking to duke it out for one of the most prestigious titles in this league. Of course, Pete Dunne won his second U.S. title from Ricochet at the Royal Rumble, and now he prepares to defend that title against Matt Riddle at WrestleMania. It was Pete Dunne who selected Matt Riddle to be his challenger. After a few wins, Matt Riddle was getting on the edge of trying to get a U.S. Championship match sometime down the road. Pete Dunne says, screw it, I'll just pick Matt Riddle as my opponent. And of course, Matt Riddle would definitely agree. Paperwork was signed, and then the match became official and sanctioned for WrestleMania 5. Once again, this match has the potential to be a show stealer of the night. It's going to be lots of heavy strikes, lots of heavy hitting in that match. Now to see what goes down with Dunne and Riddle competing for the U.S. title. It's going to be nice. And then last match we got to talk about is the Tag Team Championship match, which has now been decided to be a ladder match. Eddie and Ray, the current tag champs, will defend their belts, put them high above the ring, suspended above the ring, against the Usos. Eddie and Ray have pretty much beat all the tag teams there are in the division right now since winning the belts in January. And now they go to WrestleMania and they choose the Usos because Usos have not gone a 2-on-2 tag match for the tag belts before. The Hardys did back at Chamber, and now it's like the Usos' turn to step up to the plate and get an opportunity. But with only one condition. Eddie and Ray want to make it a ladder match. They wanted to up the ante and make it a ladder match. Of course, the Usos would agree to it. Once again, paperwork signed, and now the match is sanctioned. Another big match planned. Of course, the big step in the tag team division here in VGW. Usos versus Eddie and Ray for the tag team championships on the line at WrestleMania 5. So you can see a lot of matches happening. A lot of crazy stuff is happening. Craziness everywhere. Like I said, the card is stacked to the roof, and this honestly has potential to be the best show we've ever produced, best show we've ever had in VGW history. That's why it's such a big deal for us right now. And like I said, if this is our last time being on the channel, if this is our last show forever, then we might as well go out with a bang. All right? So, like I said, guys, that's the full WrestleMania card. We hope you guys tune in May 2nd to see what goes down in potentially our final show in VGW history. We promise to deliver. It is going to be a good one, no doubt. We promise you that. It is going to be hella good. So, not much left to do now, but just go to WrestleMania. But yeah, May 2nd is WrestleMania. If not May 2nd, May 9th. All right? Keep that in mind. Mark your calendars. Do whatever you got to do. But that's going to do for me here today. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much it, guys. Like I said, if this is the end, we appreciate. Oh my God, I can't talk today. But yeah, we appreciate all you guys that have been there for us, and watching all of our videos, also looking at all the love and support. We appreciate it, and we hope that you guys tune in WrestleMania for our final show. Hopefully, probably not. We'll see. We hope you guys tune in, and yeah, that's it. And we'll see you guys at WrestleMania 5.